By the way, as I'm an engineer, let's just do a little bridge review. What is this bridge like? Ooh, not too bad. It's a bit too square. You'd be better off using triangles rather than the squares. C+, I reckon. Like... Oh, there you go. We've got a better bridge now. Well, not a better bridge. I mean, it's a pretty good bridge. It's a bit... Well, I was going to say it's like dangling road, but it's not dangling in the slightest. It's completely straight. Bridge review, 8 out of 10. Decent. Bit narrow. Could be wider. Oh, we found a bridge. We found a bridge. It looks a bit dodgy, that bridge. But we better do an in-game bridge review. So, bridge review, I would say... Doesn't look very safe. No trusses. Probably 1 out of 10, that bridge. It's a bit lazy, if I'm honest. And look, we're going over a bridge. Bridge review, 1 out of 10. That's terrible. And oh my god, look at this bridge. It's time for a bridge review. Very nice stone arch bridge. Quite annoying it's not symmetrical. And honestly, not a clue how that would actually work in real life. Because this is meant to be a stone arch bridge. It's meant to be an arch. So it keeps its strength. That's just a flat line, so not entirely sure how accurate that is. So we've got to get up to here, over to this bridge, apparently. Now, that ain't much of a bridge. I think it might be time for an RCE bridge review. Honestly, lads, I'm going to give this one 2 out of 10. Like, yeah, I guess it's got a road on top, which is pretty useful. But what is this underneath? It's a dam. You're not fooling anyone. That ain't a bridge. That's a dam. I'm sorry. Although it does have the strongest shape on the side. Do you see that? All right, 9 out of 10. Look, we're looking out the window. We're on a bridge. And look at this. Oh, we are going to have some fun with this. That's quite a nice bridge as well, if I say so. In fact, I think it's time for a bridge review. A nice decorative arch. Got the strength to hold a train. Includes rails. I give it a 7.9 out of 10. What if we give it a little helping hand? Boosh! Oh my god! It blew the train up! Oh man, that's sort of impressive in its own right. Right, and the bridge held very well, despite being broken in the middle. So I'm going to up my bridge review rating to 8.6 out of 10. And you might be wondering, how would you get to that 9 out of 10 level? Well, we need to bridgeazzle, which basically involves taking a bridge from looking like this and turning it into this. Oh man, I spent way too long on this. Way too long. Right, let's go get the train on it. The question is, where do we start the igniting? Just from one side or from the middle? I don't know. That train's taking quite a long time though, so I'm just going to launch a cheeky asteroid into that water tower. Please don't hit the bridge. Ready? Here it comes. Boosh! Nice. Well, yeah, that did get destroyed. Right, the train is here. I'm going to explode it from down there, I think. Whoa! Yes! Oh, that was incredible. That was actually insane. The bridge is still standing. Okay, I completely miscalculated. That is a 10 out of 10 bridge. And to prove it, I'll take this train and we'll launch it at this bridge. Oh god. Hang on, I've accidentally picked the whole track up. The track is like one thing. What the hell? There you go. The track is in the sky now. I feel like we've just removed the bridge's clothing. This feels a bit wrong. Where did the train go? I don't know. Let's grab this carriage anyway. And then let's see if we were to... Die, bridge. Well, as you can see, carriage disintegrated. Bridge, absolute legend of a bridge. Right, so just sucking the trash up. Look, I found a button. What does that do? Oh, it opened the gate and we've got our first bridge. Yes. Right, are you ready for a bridge review? Nice gentle curve, very good girth, decent sized handrails, and it can support over 3,000 bags of trash. I give it a 6.8 out of 10. Cool. Well, anyway, let's head this direction because behind here is another bridge. Ooh, this one looks even better. It's like the last bridge, but like its bigger brother. I'm going to give this one a 7.4. Bridge review. And look, over here, over a bridge. It's the first bridge of the game. Right then, bridge review. I'd say that's just 3 rocks in the shape of a T. 2 out of 10. Still, it's a bridge. Anyway, we found our second bridge of the game. Quite like that. Utilizing some trusses and cross beams. I'll give this one 3 out of 10. Bridge review. But we're out. What the hell is this? This is like a It's like a bridge under a bridge. Oh, I feel like this deserves a bridge review. I'm not gonna lie, never seen a suspended bridge like that under a concrete bridge. Very intrigued. Not sure how easy down here would be to like maintain and stuff, but oh god, did those cables just come off? I was about to give it a 7, but I might give it a 3 because some of these cables have just snapped. I'm moving back. A bridge review. Oh, what is this? Oh god, we got a crane. We got another bridge. Bridge review. That's actually pretty cool. That's a really long like suspension bridge. Proper like old school rope and wood one. Yeah, that's all I've got on this. Bridge review. Anyway, we'll go for a wander around here and what is that? That's a new bridge. Oh god, my truck's still going. My truck's still going. But that is a new bridge. I think it's time for a bridge review. Oh man, this is so much better than the other bridge. Not only does it actually work, you can get underneath, but it's a beautiful stone arch. At the top is a little bit ropey. It's a bit bumpy. There's no safety barriers, but I'd have to say this is probably a 7.9 out of 10 bridge review. So let's see what this level is all about. Oh, there's a bridge. Look at that bridge. Right, you know what this means? It's time for a bridge review. Right, oh, hang on. We're being shot at. Have some of that. You must be looking at me like, what the hell is this guy doing? But what I'm doing is shooting you in your face. All right, he's been scared off by my teammate, so I can carry on my bridge review. Thank you. So that spans quite a long gap. Truss is not the best. They've gone with squares rather than triangles. Oh, I got a kill assist. I'd probably have to give this one a 4.7 out of 10 bridge review. Anyway, bridge review for this. I reckon we had a good round, a very good round, and then we had a very bad round. But in that bad round, we lost the bridge, which meant we weren't a bridge. So it wouldn't be a fair score to include that. So I'm just going to go off the first round. Bridge review for this, I reckon a solid 7.5 out of 10. I've outdone myself, in my opinion. So if we head over this way, we've got our first bridge. A nice little archy number. In fact, I don't think I've ever reviewed my own bridge. Let's do a bridge review. So it's got a bit of an arch going on. It's not really connected at either end. You can definitely see daylight through there. Its foundations are only just connected to the rock, giving the illusion of it floating in the air. From above, you also have to jump to make your way onto the top where there's no safety rails. So it's not the safest of things. However, as I made it myself, I'm going to give it an 8.4 out of 10 bridge review. So drop back down, out, walk along here. And I'll tell you what, I haven't reviewed this bridge. Let's do a bridge review. A wooden truss-like bridge. Far too many squares going on. And looks to be made by the same designer as the other bridge. However, this one does have a gap underneath. It has a purpose as a bridge. But the lack of safety barriers and the attention to detail on the carpentry brings down the score to a measly 3.4 out of 10 bridge review. While I let this run, I can go work on another project I've got going on, because yes, all the money I've been stashing, I'm going to be spending it on making the bridge better. I'm fixing your bridge, Max, a developer, or Itchy, whoever's watching this, one of the devs. I will engineer you a better bridge, and you will be proud. Maybe you'll actually update your game. I don't know. I mean, you've worked on all these quality of life things, but you haven't fixed the main problem of the game, which is that bridge. That is not a bilf, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, honestly, I feel like this is a better bridge at this stage. In fact, let's do a bridge review. So it's a log that's fallen over. It's got clearance underneath. You can walk along it. No issues there. I give it a score of whatever I gave this +1 bridge review. I think we need to do a bridge review. So it's a huge cable-stayed bridge. Plenty of headroom underneath with cross bracing and all sorts under here. There's a convenient vine that you can jump up to the top. And if you happen to be walking along your bridge and you run out of oxygen, you can just head into one of these handy compartments. Now the cables are not only robust, but they allow easy maintenance because they're actually stairs. So we can head up to here, do some maintenance, and head back down easy as you like. The downside is it doesn't really have a purpose. And it sort of took me like way too many hours. I don't even want to work out how long it took me. But I'm going to give it a 9.3 out of 10. Bridge review. Right, so devs, here's your terrible bridge that after countless updates you have refused to upgrade. And then obviously over here we have Oh, it's such a build. It's so good. I'm so proud of myself. I'm literally not gonna lie. I mean, to get my true thoughts down, I think the only way to do this is a bridge review. An incredible double arched bridge with each span using the new material piecrete. It's super strong, but not only that, it's sustainable. Not a single fish was harmed in the making of this bridge. Not only is the deck flat, but it's also wide enough for a truck, although you may get a puncture from the fishtails. The main downside is we have made the original bridge better because they get to enjoy the view of our bridge as they drive across this terrible one. But this bridge is definitely usable because this route is so much more efficient than the original one. Oh, what a beauty. I mean, some unbiased opinion about it being good or something. Anyway, the final rating for this bridge is going to be a 9.7 out of 10. Near perfection. Bridge review. Right, so there we have it. A totally unbiased bridge review there from our bridge expert. As you can probably tell, pretty impressed with myself there. Oh, pat on the back, Matt. No one else is going to do it for you. And then, what the frig is this? Right, we may have made it to a bridge. You know what that means? It's time for a bridge review. A very long, sleek-looking bridge. It's got safety rails so you can't fall off. The engineering must be pretty spectacular to keep a span that long looking so sleek. I'm going to go for a 7.2 out of 10. Bridge review. And he's distracted by the cube. He finds the cube more interesting than me, but that means I can walk along this bridge. And it's a different type of bridge. Bridge review. Sort of glassy. Quite thin, not quite sure of the structural integrity, relies on an eyeball staring at a cube. 6.7 out of 10. Bridge review. But I think before we move on, we need a bridge review. Very small bridge that you can't even tell that's a bridge. Presumably made out of stone or something, but you can see the water is actually traveling underneath. I give it a 5.4 out of 10. Bridge review. There is one more very, very important thing to do that I completely forgot about in my previous 2 episodes, and that is to come over here and look at this magnificent structure. This is a bridge I engineered myself, but it hasn't got a bridge review. So you know what that means? Bridge review. This bridge spans a massive canyon. It can take the weight of nearly an infinite amount of hover trains. Although if they're hovering, do they even have a weight? An ingenious support system beneath the bridge helps support everything, and the fact that trains do a front flip afterwards can only help the overall score. I give this incredible feat of engineering an 8.3 out of 10. Bridge review. Oh, that feels better. That was bugging me a bit. But look, as you now walk across this hideous bridge, you now have a choice. You can turn your head right to see a bit of a bilf. A very fishy bilf. But if that's not your style, then perhaps as you're walking onto the bridge, you can look left and see this new bridge. And I think the only way I can really express my thoughts about this bridge, which does actually hurt my CPU to look at, it's to do a bridge review. This cable-stayed bridge is an absolute labor of love. Not only is it so shiny, but it's so well built that there's not a gap in sight. The cables are made from the highest quality shard bar material. From certain angles, you can even see the strongest shape. Whilst it's just a pedestrian bridge, and yes, it is sort of unsymmetrical, it's made out of blooming gold, man. What more do you want in life? And the view from the top is just epic. You can look at the waterfalls. You can look at the... Ew. So therefore, I give this a 9.8 out of 10. Bridge review. Yeah, so wow, you heard it here first. That's a hell of a score. I think it's probably the highest bridge review score we've ever seen. Ow, that thieving really hurts my frame rate. So we start off on this level. We got a suspension bridge. Look how nice this is. And if you can hear that, I don't know if you can hear that. Is it like panting? Well, if I turn around, we've got a dog companion. He follows you. Look at him. Oh, I wish he was black and had a hard hat though. But pretty decent bridge. I think we should probably, I know it's very early on in the video, but we should probably do a bridge review. A proper classic suspension bridge. Obviously working because everywhere below is flooded. Can cater for 4 lanes of traffic. And also includes a dog. Therefore, I give this an 8.6 out of 10. Bridge review. Oh, look, I found a bridge. There's a bridge. You know what that means? Bridge review. It's just a sheet of plastic. Headroom isn't great. I keep getting stuck underneath. But on the top, it shows the blood splatters of the enemy. It's also fire resistant as well. Simple but effective. I give this a 3.2 out of 10. Bridge review. 8 pistol. gong. Ah, blown your bell end. He's using a bridge. Deduct point. Bridge review. Deduction. 2.2 out of 10. Bridge review. Deduction. And you'll notice if I head down here, we have something very important to do. A bridge review. So this cobblestone arch bridge is a thing of beauty. As you walk along, guided by the torch-lit pillars, you can look to your right and see a lovely waterfall. It's got turrets so you can feel like you're on top of a castle, and it even leads to a ladder so you can climb out of this chasm. And whilst doing this review, I've just found there's more iron to get, so that gives it an extra point. I give this a 6.2 out of 10. It's not great really, is it? Bridge review. Right, iron. Oh, look, there's loads. We found the mother lode, finally. Right, there's also some over there as well. So I am literally just going to engineer another bridge quickly. And this needs a bridge review. It's just 3 blocks of cobblestone. 1.3 out of 10. Bridge review. And with those golden bars, you can make this. A bridge that really hurts my frame rate. But as we learnt last time, this bridge got the highest ever bridge review score of 9.8 out of 10, beating the previous highest record holder, this one, the Pikecrete Bridge. I believe this got an incredible 9.7 on the bridge review score. Now you might be asking yourself, Matt, why would you waste all that gold building that bridge over there? Why would you waste hours and hours of fishing building that bridge over there? When there's already a bridge, you're standing on it, you're using it. Well, if we just hop over this way and take a look at this bridge from the side, this actually has the lowest bridge review score I've ever given a bridge. And actually, it was my first ever bridge review I've ever done in a game. So yes, a year and a half ago, I gave this bridge a C+. Now that score doesn't exist in the modern era of bridge review scoring. So we need to convert that C+ into an actual score. Now we've got some idea of how we can score this, because if we head down this ledge, you can see there is a log. Now this log, it also acts as a bridge. And this has had a bridge review score. We gave this bridge the score of whatever I gave this bridge +1. So let's do a bridge review that converts the imperial to metric score. And obviously this is a nice bridge. So we're giving it a score of 6.9, meaning this bridge gets a score of 5.9 out of 10. Bridge review that converts imperial to metric, because I can't remember what score we're doing. And after a couple more hours, as we drive along here, rather than going left to the normal bridge, we can just come straight ahead and we're on to our new bridge, complete with safety barriers. There is no falling off this bridge. It's pretty much perfect. Like, look, and then you're straight onto this road as well. I mean, coming from this direction, look at this site. Who in their right mind is going to go right and pick that bridge when we have this one? And I think all we have left to do is a bridge review. We have a huge suspension bridge, the first ever one seen in Bridgeport, complete with gemstone cables perfectly shaved to an adequate structural reliability factor, suitable for both pedestrian traffic and vehicular traffic, thanks to an ingenious ramp design and very strong support system. Now this is the largest spanned bridge in Bridgeport, which I am officially renaming to Bridge 4 now. This allows for huge vehicles to pass underneath, unlike this monstrosity, which is responsible for disastrous bridge puns like this. Ow, I wouldn't have hit my head if I had ducked. If I had ducked. Viaduct. The foundations of this bridge mean the bridge piers will never get washed away, and the cables not only hold the bridge up, but they prevent vehicles from falling off the edge. Overall, this is the best filth I have ever seen in my life, and I think the only appropriate score for this, it's got to be, can't believe I'm actually saying this, it's a 10 out of 10, the perfect bridge. Bridge review. Oh wow, I'm absolutely gobsmacked. This bridge, we succeeded, guys. We got a 10 out of 10. We built a perfect bridge. And then we get to the point where it's a bridge. It's time for a bridge review. It's just a piece of rock, but it does have a fairly large span, and the power of engineering of this bridge works in such a way that this architect, if we kick him away a little bit, he just gets attracted straight back to it. It has a gravitational pull on architects, and although my character does shake at the thought of destroying one, I think that definitely gives this bridge a +1. Therefore, it's a 1.2 out of 10. It's not the best bridge, is it? Bridge review. Anyway, if we just carry on back to it's another bridge, the bigger brother. And you know what that means? Bridge review. It's like the smaller one, but it's bigger. And despite trying my best to climb up there, I think it's a completely inaccessible bridge. I've traveled everywhere around the map. I can't get up there. So that means it's going to get a lower score than its little brother. It's a 0.3 out of 10 bridge review. All right, mate, can you take me to a nice bridge? I want to do a bridge review. No, that's a dam. I want a bridge. Bridge. All right, can we go back to the bridge now, mate? All right, sorry, mate, you're going the wrong way. I need to do a bridge review. Sorry. No, he's waiting for me now. Oh, I don't want to do the mission anymore. I want to go review a bridge. Sorry, mate. I'm going this way. It was nice playing with you, though, but bridges don't review themselves. All right, anyway, now that's all over. We can get back to the bridge review, finally. That's all I want to do in this game. No, why are you making me do missions, game? No, I don't want to go to Mackenzie Field. I want to review a bridge. That's all I want to do. Right, we finally made it back to the bridge. The question is, do I review this one or do I review this one? Oh, I tell you what, I might have to do a double bridge review. So first up, we have a dual span steel arch trussy thing. The arches look a bit steep in my opinion, but look at the span of this thing. I mean, the pillar's even in water and it doesn't even matter. The underside is home to a bustling community and the top is also archy. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a higher view because my character is an idiot, but with the sun shining down on it, I can't help but want to give this bridge an 8.4 out of 10. Meanwhile, it also gives us a nice view of the opposite bridge, a concrete underarch. And if we just jump off here to try and get a bit closer, hopefully we can dive into water. Oh, bridge review. If you want the next video to be me reviewing every single bridge in GTA 5, let me know in the comments. As you guys know, I do like a bridge review, and there are a lot of bridges in this game. But before we get into that, I'm just going to head over this way, because do you remember I built all these bridges? Well, something I realized, we never did a bridge review. So today, it's time for an Endertopia first. A bridge review. Now this is a world first multi-bridge review. We'll be reviewing all of these in one because these bridges, whilst unique in their own way, they actually act as a hive mind of bridge. So whether you want to be stuck into traffic trying to cross the bridge, or whether you're the type of guy that wants a 3-lane motorway all to yourself on your little moped, there should be something for everyone. Now we've got massive cable stayed bridges that are so strong they can support a helicopter flying straight through them, or you might be more of a truss guy. Perhaps you even like arches. Well, there is literally every type of bridge for you in here, from straight, diagonal, and even curved bridges. Endertopia literally has it all. So I'm going to give Endertopia a bridge rating, despite there being a fire down there, of 9.1 out of 10 bridge review. Right, so hopefully you just saw a montage of us building this on stream. The dev joined us on stream, and I'm sorry, we're gonna have to leave this here because it's so exciting. Look what they did. So if we head over to this original bridge, yes, the one that we rated a very, very low 5.9, we can head under here because the game has just been updated. And if we look for the strongest shaped rock as our guidance, we can head to this pole to the right of it. And if we look around the back of it, it's graffiti in my name. It's the score, 5.9 out of 10. RCE. That's me. That's me. Yes, I got an Easter egg. That's so cool. It's so cool. It does make me feel a little bit guilty for doing this on stream, live in front of the dev's very own eyes. Yeah, but still, I mean, it's 5.9, like, come on. Which hopefully means if we progress far enough, we should be able to engineer an awesome planet like this one. Look at all the infrastructure on here. We got Ferris wheels, posh buildings, and bridges. I think it's time for an early bridge review. So this is a 7-span cable stay bridge. It's curved like the earth. I'm sorry, flat earthers. Spanning a huge lake. It allows people to get from one side to the other if they're one of the people that aren't fortunate enough to own a hot air balloon. And if you spin the screen, you can really see how it's meant to look because it's not meant to be upside down and diagonal. But I give this bridge an 8.6 out of 10 bridge review. Oh wow, that happened a lot earlier in the video than I thought it would. Anyway, so the year is 1981. I play a young man. We're off to our first ever job. Bridge! It's time for a bridge review. Right, pull over, mate. We've got to do a bridge review. He drove straight past it. I'll tell you what, guys. How about a field trip? I know somewhere that you'd love before you go to prison. Your last taste of freedom. Right, I think here we are. Yes! We actually made it, boys. Isn't this exciting? We're on a bridge. You know what that means? It's time for a bridge review. An incredible wooden bridge. It must have been stood here for over 100 years. Perfectly level, perfectly straight. It has very safe barriers No one's climbing over these, and it rests on stilts high above the rapids below. I mean, actually, it looks like it's sort of been designed by an architect. There's not a lot of triangle going on, but it is a long bridge. So I think we're going to give this a 5.1 out of 10 bridge review. How was that then, guys? You don't look very impressed. What do you mean it was too straight? It was too straight for all of you. You want a curved bridge. What sort of people are you? But we're now heading in the right direction, and oh, what is that I see on the horizon? Is that a bridge? Please say we're going across it. Please say we're going across it. While we wait for the traffic lights, let's have a look at that bridge. You know what this means? It's time for a bridge review. It's a cable stay bridge that I don't even care that I'm running pedestrians over to get to. You can see this utilizes dual cable technology. Let's take a closer look at these. Yeah, these cables are fantastic. They're very slidey to stop you climbing up them. And obviously, this also increases a bit of safety into the design, because say one were to get damaged, you could replace it while the one next to it does the work. Oh, and the view from the top is magnificent. You see the cross brace of this? It has the world's smallest flange. Quite an unusual shaped bit of steel, this one. And whilst it probably doesn't win any points for its looks, it probably... Oh, it is a bridge that puts efficiency first. The stone foundation makes sure the piers don't get washed away, whilst the bridge supports vehicular and pedestrian traffic. Overall, I give this bridge a 7.2 out of 10 bridge review. Right, wow, I was not expecting such a bridge in this episode so early on as well. One of the perks of the jobs, though, I guess. So we just got a quid for every meter we traveled. Oh, man, look at that bridge. Now, that is a statement bridge. A bilf if ever I've seen one. But sadly, we don't have time to review it now. We've got to deliver the skip. Oh, look at the bridge we're just about to go over. That would have been a great bridge review. Anyway, we're going to have to sprint straight past this bridge. Look at it, though. Oh, that would have been a hell of a bridge review score. And then after a few hundred hours of navigating my bridge, they should end up down here where we'll be making loads and loads of power. And yes, this is a bridge. That means it needs a bridge review. A true feat of engineering, taking thousands of hover trucks a second. Its spaghetti-like aesthetic is true to the Italians who invented spaghetti. Users even get a small glimpse of the previous bridge I built in this game. And best of all, there is purpose to this bridge. It brings uranium to the neuron processor plant. Think what are they called again? Fast neuron reactors. Yes, Mr. Man. So overall, I give this bridge... Yes, it's a bridge. Probably just a 5.4 out of 10 maybe. It's not really that good. It's making me kind of hungry. So if we come off this roundabout going straight up, literally bridge to the school. Does Hogwarts do that? I feel like that's a bit like Hogwarts with a bridge. We should do a bridge review. It's a bridge going to a school. It's basically Hogwarts. I imagine that's what it looks like in 3D. Therefore, I give this a 7.5 bridge review. However, what is a waterfall when there's a bridge over here? Let's go do a bridge review. A semi-cantilevered piece of rock. Plenty of headroom underneath for vehicles and other things that might want to pass underneath. The top is perfectly flat and has a nice view of the waterfall. However, the bridge doesn't lead anywhere. It's pointless. It's been architectured. So therefore, I give this bridge a 3.7 out of 10. Bridge review. Oh wow, but first, look at this. I did not know that was on the side of this map. Right, you know what that means? It's time for a bridge review. An absolutely insane span. I don't even know if I can count how many spans there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 21, 22. A 47-ish span suspension bridge, literally carved into the side of a cliff, taking a constant feed of traffic from the high up hills over here down a curved slope to our new city. Although, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure why they didn't just carve the road into the cliff. I think I'm going to give this a 6.7 out of 10 bridge review. We're flying through the air. You're going to get run over by a car. Out. I'm sorry. And we have found a bridge. We found a bridge. You know what that means? It's time for a bridge review. A nice stone arch bridge that has space underneath for a canal and a footpath. It takes car traffic on top, and to the side of it is a lock, meaning barges and other boats can pass underneath. Isn't that nice, librarian? So overall, I give this bridge a librarian flinging 7.0 out of 10. Bridge review. Ah, here we go. Our first people are arriving. And by the way, whilst I'm here, I feel like I really should do a bridge review. So the Sydney Harbour Bridge is a steel through arch beam. The arch goes through where the road is. Basically, the arch is a very nice steel truss with vertical beams that hold the road in place. It can hold 6 lanes of traffic on the main span, plus over to the right we've got 2 railways and a little pedestrian walkway. And pedestrians are safer in here thanks to the curved rails, meaning no one can jump off and do a bungee jump over this river. Not only is this bridge an absolute bilf, it's also the gateway to the wedge. And being that the wedge is the future of city building technology, I give this bridge a 9.1 out of 10 bridge review. It's a very cool place, but I'm not actually seeing too much stuff. Although, what is this? Is that like a water wheel? What is this? Did this used to be like a bridge? That looks like a bridge.
Oh god, here we go again.
It's time for a bridge review. It's a few old scraps of wood, but it's on Mars, which means that humans were there first. There's a stone tablet which explains that someone called the Warden was building a settlement. There's also glowy butterfly larvae nearby. So I give this bridge a 4.1 out of 10 bridge review. So just a few more fences to go. And there we go. We have a safe bridge now. And I guess that means we got to do a new bridge review. A huge cable stay bridge that's now safe thanks to these safety barriers. This bridge's cables are easy to maintain thanks to their stair soft solution. The view from up top is exceptional as it spans a massive canyon. The bridge piers allow you to go inside and gain oxygen, and the bridge is so good looking and useful that a local teleportation service even named their teleporter after it. So with all that in mind, the new score for this is up from 9.3 to a massive 9.5 out of 10 bridge review. And then if we head this way, there's a bridge! There's a bridge in World 2! You know what that means? It's time for a bridge review! A rope bridge that goes uphill. You can use it to jump down, you can use it to climb up. There's anchor supports on either side and each piece of wood is supported on either side so it shouldn't wobble. Although if it's not connected either side, is it even a bridge? Overall, I give this bridge a 3.8 out of 10 bridge review. Right, anyway, then we've got a nice little jaunt over to there. Now we're going to have to go up a little bit. We're probably going to have enough speed to do that. So we'll do that and we've made a bridge. I'll tell you what that needs. It needs a bridge review. 4 pillars make the roller coaster track stand high up in the air. The view from the tip of the crane show just how impressive this bridge is. Spanning a nice park area with a couple of bins and benches and stuff, this bridge is the perfect way of getting across these 2 buildings. Overall, I give this bridge 5.3 out of 10 bridge review. If you want to do your own bridge reviews, check out my bridge review merch in my merch store. And then if we were to connect these 2 islands with a bridge, so let's do that now. Tell you what, we need a bridge review. A nice simple bridge with a bit of an arch underneath. The width is perfect to walk across without falling off the edge. Okay, maybe not. The bridge literally bridges the gap between 2 islands, leading to an almost infinite amount of logs. The question is, if I get on the helm, will I be able to move with the new island we've bridged the gap between? The answer is no. Therefore, this bridge gets a score of 2.1 out of 10. Bridge review. There's absolutely nothing, but let's turn the HUD off. Look at this. Look at this bridge. Oh my goodness, I feel like there's a bridge review coming. This eggplant bridge is made out of 129,000 eggplants, probably. I don't even know. I don't want to know. What we once considered a bilf has now changed forever, since the eggplant arch is the new standard for engineering. But there is the full span in all its glory. It sort of hurts my frame rate a little bit to look at it. And despite the waterfalls of eggplants, even the rain can't dampen my spirits on this. I mean, they can. I'm absolutely gutted I can't see it from that side of the canyon. But anyway, I give this eggplant bridge, I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna give it like a 8.4 out of 10 bridge review. And now I think it's only fair that we change our bridge review score. So, bridge review, amended score. Walking along the bilf, you can now see the eggplant bridge in all of its glory, sort of, if I can get the stairs out the way. Whoa, look at it. The view from the front is amazing. The view from underneath looking up is well, it's not as amazing, to be honest. You can clearly see my jagged edges there. The view from the rear end is amazing for a change, but the view from down here with a pillar of the bilf in between is really what makes this bridge stand out. As well as once you mash F4 to get higher and higher into space, because we now know that it won't disappear. The rocks have disappeared, but the eggplants are still there. Oh wow, I wonder how high I can go before everything else disappears. Actually, I've never actually mashed F4 for this long. Oh, I've just unlocked a fusion energy cell. We'll have to use that in the next video. But for now, we're still in the bridge review. So down there's my old base for the warp gate. Right below me, you can still see there are still eggplants. They will not despawn ever. Unfortunately, my oxygen is running out. I gotta mash F4 as quick as possible to get as high as possible. There's a lot to see in this map though. Look, there's the waterfall thing. There's the crater. Oh god, and there's a cliff of doom over the edge. But yes, the new score as I die is an 8.6 out of 10 bridge review. Let's bung a train station down. And if we come out with some tracks, I mean, perhaps we could do a bit of around here. Maybe go uphill a little bit. There we go. A nice little railway there. That should hopefully stop some tsunamiage. I mean, it's pretty high. It's sort of dense. I mean, I imagine water will get through there. Look at oh, look at that bridge. You know what that means? It's time for a bridge review. From some angles, it is a truss bridge, but from other angles, it's definitely just an optical illusion. This bridge allows trains to go from all the way down here to all the way up here. Not only is it part of a unique experiment to see if we can stop a tsunami, but it also helps in the advertisement of burgers. So therefore, I give this bridge a slanted 3.9 out of 10. Bridge review. But before we get into it, let's just quickly go back a step, because there's this welcome screen with a photo of the devs, and as I mentioned previously, they've made a nice bridge in the middle. But my comment section was furious I didn't do a bridge review, so let's do a bridge review. A biologically engineered half-arch bridge. The triangular struts at the base look pretty secure. However, there is minimal contact in the center of the bridge, so I'm not entirely sure of the structural integrity, despite how pleased this bloke looks with it. And now I was going to give this a fairly reasonable score. However, I have since been informed this is not in fact a bridge. The devs tried to mock me. It's actually a Dragon Ball Z fusion thing. So I've knocked 5 points off this bridge. Therefore, this bridge gets a 1.9 out of 10 bridge review. And then potentially I might shove it in there. So that will use one bridge, but look at the number of tiles we're surrounding with that. Let's place using that, and we have a bridge, but we can't see it. I don't think, yeah, sadly, we can't rotate the camera in this game. So so this is going to be a weird one. A very weird bridge review. A bridge next to a lake waterfall thing holding up an archer tower to allow 5 tiles to be damaged by my archers. During the next wave, the Vikings and people with shields got mullered by the archer, showing just how important this bridge is. And because I've finished the wave, I've been interrupted by the magic wheel. So let's just quickly do the magic wheel before we carry on the bridge review. So play. What are we gonna get? It's an arrow. We're touching tips. I don't know what that means. It means we got another arrow tower. Okay. Anyway, the bridge is also a stealth bridge. You can't even see it's there. Technically, we could call this a stidge. Get it? Stealth bridge, stidge. Anyway, with all that in mind, I give this bridge a stealthy score of 6.7 out of 10. Bridge review. All right, here we go. Here we go. Yes. Shortcut. Yes, I'm stuck. I've made a bridge. I've made a truck bridge. It's time for a bridge review. It's a truck, but it's also a bridge. A little smart car holds up one end and some boulders hold up the other end. This bridge is good at night because it's got lights on it and everything. Therefore, I give this bridge a 4.2 out of 10. It would have got a higher score if you could actually access one end, or if I wasn't stuck here forever. Bridge review. All right, so we're joining a motorway, I think. Oh, not quite. There's a big bridge over there. Look at that. Oh my god, how's that actually standing? That has no, like, crossbars. Wow, okay, that's getting a bridge review. Should we ever do another episode of this? And also, you wouldn't believe this, but it's time for a bridge review. A beautiful stone arch bridge spanning the deep ocean below. A DDA-compliant ramp leads to the actual span of the bridge so that any user can get across easily. Not only is there one span, but there's also an adjacent stone span as well. And the rainbow patterned grass on top could even please such architects. that watch this channel. I know there's some of you out there. So I give this double span stone arch bridge an 8.2 out of 10. Bridge review.